This woman was looking for a man to give her that immediate spark these women love talking about, that immediate connection. And she found him.
So I was celibate for 2 years, and then I met this guy, and we had like an instant connection. Like, it was actually really beautiful. We had sex, we hooked up. Mind you, I was celibate for 2 years, and I decided to have sex with this man. And then he ghosted me. So a week later, I get a phone call from him, and we're talking, catching up. And I asked him, I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm in Miami. I'm like, you're in Miami? Mind you, I live in New York City. And he's like, yeah, I moved to Miami a week ago. I was like, you moved to Miami a week ago? He was like, yeah. And he turned his camera around, and he was in Miami. He was out, and there was a guy in the background that said, is that Natasha? And he was like, yeah. And there was another guy that said, who's Natasha? And the guy that I was talking to said, my girlfriend. That boy is good. And then the other guy said, oh, that's Natasha? And he was like, yeah. And then he said to me, let me call you back in an hour. And I said, okay, cool. That was a year ago.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Never call me back. Moral of the story is, there are people that will like you, that will love you, that will adore you, but they can't change their character and they can't change their patterns. And if someone decides to leave your life, let them. Don't cry about it. Don't be mad about it. Don't be angry about it. Just let them go. Because someone that actually truly cares about you will never leave you. Not like that. And apparently I've met a few men like that, but I'm always happy when that happens to me because I never waste a lot of time on them. They enter and they exit.
Alright, there's a couple of things I want to address with this lady's video. Number one, I keep telling you women about this spark y'all chasing, that instant connection y'all are looking for. I keep telling y'all that is fool's gold. Yes, it's going to work in some situations, but a majority of situations, it is garbage. It means absolutely nothing. There are men out there who know women. They know what to do, they know what to say to make you feel a certain way. And y'all all come online telling every man what y'all want. Well, I need a man to wine and dine me and take me here and take me there. And then he'll get the draws and do exactly what this man did. And then there's other situations where you just see a man and you feel a spark. Lady, that's just attraction. That's all that is. You're attracted to the man. You still don't know who this man is. You still don't know what this man is about. And this is why a lot of women end up in a bad situation. And it ain't gonna stop because so many of you have watched so many Disney movies and Hallmark movies. Y'all believe in that spark or that immediate connection. And then you give that man whatever he's looking for. He does exactly what this man did to her. And then you end up walking around thinking that all men are like that. Stop chasing the moment. Take your time to get to know that person before you start talking about a connection. Another thing I want to address is some of the stuff that she said at the end of the video about how some people may like you, they may want you, but they don't want to change. Lady, are you high? That man didn't give a damn about you. He couldn't care less about you. He didn't want you, man. If that man cared about you, he probably would have told you he was moving to Miami before he took the draws. That's what a man who cares about you would have done. You were just one of the ladies on his hit list. And even after him showing you exactly who he was, you're still over here in the fantasy world talking about, well, he just doesn't want to change who he is. Of course he's not going to change who he is, lady, because he's a Chad. He's a Tyrone. These men don't change who they are until they're 70, 80 years old. So I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I get it, you're trying to cope with the situation, you're trying to make yourself feel better and other women feel better, but lady, you just got played. You just fell into the same trap that a lot of other women are gonna fall into. The man was probably over 6 feet tall, probably had a little bit of money in his pocket, had a nice car. He had something that you were attracted to, you know, that initial connection you were talking about, and that's what drew you in. So all he had to do was say this, say that, and that 2 years of celibacy you were talking about got tossed across the room just like your underwear. That man knew exactly what he was doing and you fell for it. So instead of coming online talking about some people are just not going to change, why don't you tell women to stop falling for the spark? That's what you need to be telling these women. And there's something else you said to make my ears perk. You said this happens to you a lot. Now I'm thinking that's what made you probably go celibate in the first place. You got tired of getting pumped and dumped. I get it. That's what a lot of people do. They think celibacy is going to fix everything. But we all know that's a lie, and you just proved that here in this video. My advice to you is to stop using these gimmicks and tricks to get what you want from men and do the work on yourself. That's what you need to do. 2, recognize what's been going on, acknowledge the patterns, stop lying to yourself about what just happened, and call it what it is. This is why being accountable is so important. If you're never accountable, you're never going to fix the problem. You can go and be celibate for another 5 years. As soon as you stop, the exact same thing is going to happen again. But I hope this is a lesson for all you other women out there to stop chasing that instant connection, that spark. It is trash. And I don't care about your aunt and uncle who saw each other in the park, got married the next day, and been together for the last 82 years. I am happy for them, but that is the exception, not the rule. The rule is you take your time, get to know somebody, make sure this person is who they say they are, and then you can start talking about connection. There are too many liars, manipulators, game players, scammers for you to put yourself in this situation. And these people are good at what they do. And the last thing you want to do is end up on one of their hit lists, just like this young lady. And this applies to you men too. Y'all gotta stop wiping these girls up or locking them down just because you felt something when you first saw her. You were horny, sir. That's what you were. Stop doing that. Get to know that girl and then see what happens. And I wanted to say this last thing. She said a person who really cares about you will never leave you. And that's kind of the whole point of this video. Stop believing these people care about you because there was an initial spark. Time is the only thing that's going to tell that story. So many women will stop dealing with a guy because she didn't feel that spark, when the fact is, if she'd have gave a man a chance, got to know him, instead of getting that spark that fizzles out in 2 seconds, maybe, just maybe, she would end up with the whole fire that's going to last a lot longer. I know you women are sick of us men coming online talking about how women are not accountable for their actions, but this lady here is a perfect example of what us men are talking about.
How many kids do you have?
I have 7.
You have 7 children?
I
How old
do.
are you?
I'm 34.
Are they all by the same man?
The last 4, yes.
Why you not with this man? Because you got a 4-year-old, 2 3-year-olds, and a 1-year-old.
It's a long story. When I met him, I didn't know he was married until I got pregnant. And that's when I found out. He ended up
How long did you date him before you found out he was married?
a year.
Okay, so that means you had 4 kids by him knowing he was married, correct?
After I found out.
Now, did y'all peep that? Were you paying attention? Because to the untrained eye, you would just think she was just telling you what happened, right? But that's not what she was doing. What she is trying to do is put the blame on the married man. She wants to blame him for the 4 kids. And for the people who are still confused about this, let me give you an example of what it would have looked like if she wanted to take accountability. Hey lady, why aren't you with that guy? You know, the guy you had 4 kids with. Well, honestly, I was messing around with a married man. I fell in love with him and I ended up having 4 of his children. It was dumb. It was stupid. I should have never done that, but the kids are here now and I love them, so it is what it is. That's all she had to say. But did y'all see what she did? She tried to act like it was a long story. It's not a long story, lady. You were messing with a married man, you got pregnant by him 4 times, and you had all of his children. Story's over. What else do we need to know? And I love that Kendra G called her out when she said, how long before you found out he was married? She said a year. So even if we let you slide with the first kid by you just being confused and not knowing he was married, you had 3 more kids by him, lady. What is wrong with just saying I was stupid and I made a mistake? They can't do that. It's easier to make it seem like he manipulated her. He lied to her. But the fact is she lied to herself, she played herself, and now she's on Kendra G looking for another man to come in and take care of this married man's kids.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
If I mentioned to a man that I had planned on buying a Chanel bag, and I wouldn't even mention that in the first place, but if I mentioned that to him, and the next day he messages me asking me, did you get your Chanel bag? I don't know what it is about that, but I would not respond to that. Like, that kind of disgusts me. That's kind of disgusting to me. I would not respond to that. I might block him.
So basically you're dry begging. That's what you're doing. That is literally what dry begging means. You ask for something without asking for something. And you're trying to pass it off as this is just something icky about it. No, you are just what is considered a dry beggar. That's the same as a girl calling you talking about she don't know how she gonna pay her rent or how she gonna pay her light bill because she's hoping that you're going to offer it up. Why don't you just say, this is how I would dry beg if I was ever in this situation? That's how you should title the video. And for all you people out there who've never heard of dry begging, this is what it is. Someone is asking you for something without asking you for something, and then got the nerve to get mad at the man because he didn't give it to her. And she never said it was her man. She just said a man. So this is just some guy that she met. She's about to buy a bag. He then asked her about it because apparently this must be important to her because she brought it up for no reason, and then she wants to block him. That's like me bringing up, hey, I'm going to be buying a new car. You call me the next day and say, hey, did you get your new car? And I just stop responding to you and I block you. You see how silly that sounds? Well, that's how silly you sound, because this is absolutely ridiculous. I do not know where this lady lives, but my advice to her is you better start researching those local pet stores in your area, because as long as you got a mentality like this or a mindset like this, you're gonna need one at some point. So you better start figuring out which one you want, what kind of food you're gonna need. Maybe you want a goldfish, a cat, dog, iguana, a snake. I have no idea which pet you're gonna choose, but this is the time you want to start researching it. I'm just trying to help you out, lady. That's all I'm doing. Leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.